We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. Accelerating, and off he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Broncos, nothing. Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Minka
A
Fitzpatrick.
quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards. And it's
the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a game.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Now the second down throw on target. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
A gain of 12.
12 yards there and a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Tackle made by Mike Hilton.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustain. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26.
A gain of 40.
A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Locke escaping the pressure right. He'll find Lindsey here. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there. First down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
56 to Mike. 56. Easy.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger completing it to the right side. Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Good catch by Deontay Johnson, and he really helped fill a void during his rookie season when he had 59 catches that led the team, and he was first among all rookie receivers last season as well. Not bad for the 10th wide receiver selected in the 2019 draft. Really good play. Expects to continue to get better in this Pittsburgh offense.
Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
50. 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. You must be dreaming. Set it.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 yards, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Broncos 3.
Here's the 4th-round pick from Maryland, Anthony McFarland. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Flush to him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Joe Juan Williams. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Block on the give. It's Lindsey. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap to Locke. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Locke working out of the gun. That's complete right around the 8. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Operating from the gun. Locke. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
180. Check 56. You can't block me. You kicker.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
A good carry and a 1st down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go, go, go. Mike 56. Mike 56. I got
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season.
Middle. We got it. 24.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Colquitt on the kick as he sends it away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lindsey.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
Broncos.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Locke. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Lindsey, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Broncos have taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Joejuan Williams.
Roethlisberger's pass intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll come out in the pistol. Operating from the gun. Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. From the gun, Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Johnson on the return. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
56, right there, 56. Pick me up. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3 brings up 3rd and 8.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Alert, alert. 56. Mike, 56. 44. 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Micah Fitzpatrick.
The Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. He's picked off at his own 46, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Intercepted.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Again, it's Connor, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's Roethlisberger to throw, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Locke. This is the tight end fan, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the 1st round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field.
Ready.
2nd and 9. From the gun, Locke. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
There's a familiar sight. T.J. Watt with a sack. And remember last year, he was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, and he earned it because he's been the top 10 in the league in sacks for 2 straight seasons. Really, really difficult to block coming off the edge.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun, Locke. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the 36, Roethlisberger. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Locke. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Number 30.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger, screen pass to Connor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Roethlisberger will throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. And now Chenault on the end around. And a short gain down to about the 33. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
It's a gain of a yard.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Locke. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Back to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
13. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
He was covered by...
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
A gain of 4.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Back to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And no, wide left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Steelers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.